Hey guys, Crystal and Shadow here, back with Steven Universe, and this time it's Change Your Mind.
The season 5 finale, and okay, this is...
What do you want to start with? Because there's a lot.
There's a lot in this, and okay. Before we go backwards, let's just talk about the, shall we say, not the ending, but like the climax, if you will.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
What exactly? What's your question?
I don't even know. I was expecting something. I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah, exactly. What alternative would you write?
I don't know. Sometimes I forget this show just likes to talk their way out of problems. And did they have to go a little too heavy on the speech? Like, we get it. It's a moral for the kids. But come on. A little too heavy-handed, don't you think?
I mean, we got good action before,
yeah, we got the action,
when they were getting in.
Yeah, we got amazing action sequence beforehand. But the climax? It's like, you couldn't have put it more on the nose if you tried. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's what the whole show's always been about. The Diamond Authority is about so-called perfections and being the same in uniformity. We've already known that. But I guess just a bit too on the nose.
Well, what would you do different?
Just have it not be so on the nose.
How so?
I don't know.
Exactly, you can't tell me what you want.
Yeah, but doesn't mean it was still a little too on the nose.
Yeah, I guess so.
This does make me very, very curious for... Okay, I've got mixed opinions. Because on one hand, the ending would make you think that the movie and season 6 would be great. We've got all the townsfolk back. We've got Lars and his friends back. You've got all the crystal gems back. Surely that would be a recipe for success, but from what I've heard online, season 6 is not fondly remembered.
Yeah, it could be better. It definitely could be. You do get some nice moments with townspeople and all that, and new people mixing with old. We'll get to that when we get to it.
The question is, all the gems that we just saved, did they all go back to Homeworld, or are they all living on Earth?
We'll find out.
I suppose we'll find out.
I shouldn't say, but yeah, I did like the scene where we healed the corrupted gems because we got nice moments where we saw gems from way back in season 1 that we fought as monsters. Like, remember the Heaven and Earth beetles from Giant Woman?
No.
The one where we first saw Opal, we were looking for a little beetle.
Okay, whatever. And then it turned into a big beetle and it ate him, didn't it?
No.
That's a different...
A bird ate him.
Okay. Whatever. Speaking of... Okay, this is completely off topic, but I couldn't wrap my brain around it and I didn't want to rewatch an episode. Can you remind... How did we get introduced to Lion?
He was just in the desert. We had a mission in the desert.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
Which makes sense because Rose left a bunch of stuff in the desert.
I scanned the crowd scene 1,000 times with my keen eye. There's one important character missing, and you know who I'm going to say.
Onion?
Onion was missing from crowd shots.
Well, it's because White Diamond can't be in 2 places at once.
You're right! We never have seen him in 2 places.
Oh my god.
You're right, we've never seen him in... I was right. It truly is Onion.
I'm not being serious. I mean, I wouldn't say it if it was true. That'd be a huge spoiler.
Or a really clever way to throw me off.
Maybe he didn't want to come to Sadie's show. I don't know.
I was going to point out one of the gems looked a lot like an onion. But it's just a coincidence, but it was funny.
But yeah, Sadie's show, she sang Greg's song.
I know, she sang Greg's song and she was dressed as Joker. And I guess just for the fun of it, they were having a party. They didn't know they were coming back.
No, she was just performing a show. Actually, we knew that would happen because back in the big show where it was filmed through the camera and all that.
Oh yeah, they said they were having one on the beach.
Yeah, she said, next time let's do a show in Beach City. And there it is.
Hey, Mr. Universe, let's play our next show in Beach City.
I'll make it happen.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And yeah, she wanted to use Greg's song because he couldn't get famous with it. She can sing it.
That's clever. Although I suppose they kind of had to rework the lyrics because it didn't quite work without it being Greg.
I guess.
Okay, let's rewind a bit. We got a crap ton in this episode.
We got new fusions.
Out of nowhere, we got fusions we haven't seen. Because that's the thing I was thinking at this episode. I was like, all these fusions we haven't seen. It's like, there they are. They saved literally everything for the last minute.
Yeah, we wanted that moment of surprise.
So you just out of nowhere got the first fusion between Garnet. I suppose we kind of already knew the fusion between Pearl, because it's...
Yeah, we saw Rainbow Quartz in the flashback, but it was with Rose.
Yeah.
So, of course, this one looks different because it's got Steven in it.
Yeah, and then...
Okay, first we saw Smokey, who looks a bit different because of Amethyst's outfit change.
That's true. I love how we use
Smokey to demonstrate...
We get to see a new fusion before we even get to see a new form of our old favourites. It's like you get to see a new fusion of Garnet and Pearl before you get to see the new Garnet and Pearl. Not that it was a surprise, because that's the thing. Good news, I've never in my life seen any of those fusions that we saw today. Don't worry, I never spoiled. Happenstance, I did know what the new forms of all the characters would look like.
Well, Amethyst has been right there on my bedroom wall.
Yeah, I've always known Amethyst. Pearl, I think, I've probably just seen a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Garnet, I believe, was in that Cartoon Network episode. Plus, I've seen him in one of the PSAs.
Yeah.
I think the only new form I wasn't spoiled on is I don't think Lapis is one I've seen.
She got pants and I love it. And not just that, but the drawstring and stuff with the gold bits actually references real lapis lazulis, how some of them have little gold flecks in them.
Okay. And of course I did like the
Oh, and I like that she has shoes now. Before that, Lapis never wore shoes. Which makes sense because she lives on Earth. She don't want to get her feet dirty, I guess, or step on something sharp.
I guess. And of course we got Peridot.
Yeah. At first I wasn't too fond of the pointy glasses, same with Garnet, but it's still, I don't know, she seems excited about it.
It took me about a few minutes before I realised, because what's that hoverboard? Then I just realised it's just a trash can lid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I loved her line. She's like, I've returned as your saviour. I rule the skies.
Oh, Peridot, you wonderful, 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 wonderful thing.
All her lines are amazing.
She didn't get too much, but she's still got plenty of good moments.
Or like when she said, unbelievable, Sunstone goes, you better believe it. Okay.
That's true. We didn't even talk about that. This is the first time this is the most fusion, because now we've got a max 5 fusions.
Who, by the way, has been under our nose the whole time. That is what the temple is sculpted to look like.
Oh, wow. I never really...
Here's
the thing. I always assumed it looked more like, just the 3 of them. But I suppose, it would make sense. It would look like the 5 of them.
Right from the start, people theorized that the temple was the fusion of Rose, Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, which it is. The reason this one looks slightly different to the temple is because it's Steven, not Rose.
And I'll tell you another thing that was under our nose the whole time. This was a foreshadowing. In a couple of episodes when we arrived on Homeworld, I thought it was a bit odd that White Diamond's Pearl looks so different. And of course, as you mentioned, she sounds different. That was whole foreshadowing of this plot.
Yeah, mind control.
She had already been mind controlled from the very beginning.
Yeah.
She was the first one.
And as we saw when she released the mind control, her true form is pink.
Yeah.
So what people have speculated is that this Pearl originally belonged to Pink because our Pearl was not her first Pearl. We know that because Pearl told us I was given to Pink Diamond a few thousand years before she got her colony or something.
So where's White Diamond's Pearl?
Maybe she shattered her. I think what they're trying to imply is that Pink had the pink pearl, White had some other pearl, and then after Pink somehow broke her pearl's eye, White said, okay, I'll take this one, and she mind-controlled it to do what she wants, and she gave her a new one, Our Pearl.
Yeah. I guess I'd kind of forgotten that Our Pearl wasn't the default pearl of pink.
Yeah.
Okay, that would also explain why she's nowhere near as pink as when we saw the pink pearl at the end.
Yeah, because look at Blue Pearl and Yellow Pearl. Their whole bodies are blue and yellow.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you had to pick a main colour for Our Pearl, her skin colour is white. Her
Yeah.
gem colour is white.
That's true, so maybe she was a White Diamond's pearl, but that would
Maybe.
then you'd have to question why would White Diamond... I don't know. Well, okay, I guess that kind of ties into the whole family dynamic, because think about it, White Diamond is essentially the parent. They always treat Pink as the child. Your child breaks something, they get upset, and you say, oh, it's okay, here, have mine, I'll take yours.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. Pink somehow inadvertently broke, or just kind of injured her pearl, so they swapped.
Yeah, as we saw in some of the dreams, Pink seemed to be quite friendly with her pearl, like when Stephen was juggling and they were having fun, and then when Yellow peeked her head in, they pretended they were just, pretended she was just acting as a servant. When no one's looking, they act like friends. They have fun together.
Although it would be odd that White Diamond's, if Our Pearl was originally White Diamond's, it'd be odd that White Diamond's pearl is the one who would start being, different.
Well, as we saw in that flashback, Our Pearl was quite the servant type before she and Rose went to look at Earth. I think it was Rose Pink's influence that made Our Pearl kind of rebellious.
I guess backtracking to last episode, none of my theories were turned out to be correct on how they escaped, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that Lars would show up, but yeah.
I knew Lars would show up, that's just process of elimination, but I assumed he would, I guess I just will hope.
Oh yeah, I loved that moment with the off-colors, because if you notice, yes, they're scared of the diamonds, but for a moment, it looks like the diamonds are almost scared of them, especially when Pat Paracha, says her line, and White almost looks kind of startled. I mean, I guess that's the reason they don't like off-colors, is because they're unpredictable. The diamonds like predictable.
I would also say if you want to go back into Steven Universe being the whole metaphor thing, then if you think about it, it goes hand in hand. Yes, the diamonds are in charge and completely control off colors and treat them like dirt, but people only treat things like dirt if they're afraid or find them to be different. They're off-put by things which are different.
Yeah.
That's usually the way it is. They're off-put by it, which is why they treat them like dirt.
Yeah, she looked almost disgusted when she said hello so awkwardly.
I do like the bit where they're scared and Lars says it'll be okay. It really shows the role Lars has taken on. Again, man.
And then there's that nice moment with Lion. As you remember, back in season 1, Lars never paid much attention to Lion, but now
he has a connection.
They're like, we're the same.
So like I said, it's so weird because, like I said, the ending has so much potential, but other people's opinions have already made me think it's not. But then again, my opinion on the show has never been exactly the same as anyone else's, so who knows?
Yeah, you might still like Future. It's just my personal opinion is that we could have done without it.
Well,
mainly because of the ending. Like, this would have made a great ending.
True, but I also have a theory, and this is, even though I've not seen it, a lot of people are often claiming the last season of something is bad, and I think it's oftentimes not necessarily that the season is bad, it's just that people's hopes of what an ending would be never live up to what it actually is.
Yeah, especially because we thought it might end here, and then it got announced we've got one more season, and they announce, we got a time skip and all this, and everyone's already imagining what could happen.
Exactly. Oftentimes, this is the thing I always say, and this is one thing I try my best to do in a review, but I sometimes fall for it too, is as a critic, I always say, focus on what is there and not what could have been.
Yeah.
So many people make that mistake and they get disappointed. Don't focus on what could have been. Focus on what's there and is it actually good, or are you just mad that you didn't get what you were hoping or imagined could have been there?
Yeah, true.
But again, I have no idea. Maybe season 6 is garbage for all I know. Maybe it's spectacular and I'm different to everyone.
Maybe. I'm not going to say too much because I want you to form your own opinion.
Plus,
so...
my opinion and yours don't always match up.
Yeah.
It's like,
Remember Freiburg?
I was going to say, I still think the wedding is above this episode.
Okay.
As of this point in time, and given the common opinion of season 6, I'm still going to hold the wedding as the best episode ever.
Okay. This
This episode is probably going to take a second place, yeah.
Getting back to the fusions, because we didn't talk much about them. So like I said, first there's Smokey, who they use as an example to show how he pulls them out of their gems. Then we got Rainbow 2.0. I love how the spear and the shield make the umbrella.
That's clever.
And Rainbow 2.0 is the first to use male pronouns. They use sometimes they, sometimes he.
That's odd indeed.
Maybe Pearl just doesn't care about gender, so she's like, yeah, Stephen, this one can be a
Have
he.
we ever really... I'm trying to think of any time we've directly referred to Smokey with any pronouns.
Smokey's a they.
That's fine.
Rainbow can be they or he, they don't mind. And they are voiced by a he, I believe.
It's one of the few gem anythings to be voiced by male, I guess.
Yeah, although, as I mentioned, Emerald was voiced by biologically male, but they are a drag queen, so they're used to doing female stuff. But yeah, and then we had Sunstone, who I guess Steven's love of cartoons mixed with Garnet's future vision makes fourth wall breaking
Well,
power.
I guess now we know which side of the Pearl and Garnet fusion got the fourth wall breaking powers. It was Garnet.
Yeah, from the future vision.
Even though we've never seen Garnet really break the fourth wall, but I suppose you just amplify Garnet's weirdness and you get fourth wall breaking when you mix in a fusion.
Sunstone's okay. Some people find her annoying.
Have we only seen Pearl and Garnet that one time in that one episode?
Let's see. There's the first time we got her, and then there's the one where she was on with
You're
Smokey.
right. There was that one episode that caused this stupid arc in season 2, and then there's the one with the cool episode that I kind of liked.
And then, of course, there was briefly when they were chasing Peridot and they were in the Crusher.
Oh, you're right.
But that was just for a second.
Which was the ending to that arc.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about bookends. We didn't capture that. Or maybe we did. That was so goddamn long ago.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We are so close to the end of this show.
I know.
It's like, on one hand, I'm like, I can't wait to be done. On the other hand, I'm like, oh, I'm going to kind of miss it too.
Yeah.
It's like, we've been doing this for 6 months. 6 months of my life have been Steven Universe. You know, I know, that's the thing. This is the one thing, I finally understand what a lot of blind reactors say when they do a long show. It's like, it's the closest you get to watching a show as it was happening. Is you get that feeling of missing it when it's gone. Because a lot of other shows, it's just, binge it and I'm back to normal.
Yeah.
But for me, it's been 6 months of waiting to see new episodes.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when I got into the show, they were up to Single Pale Rose. So I binged up till then. And then all these crazy ones I had to wait for. But this was amazing. Like, similar to the wedding one, as soon as I finished watching it, I went right back to the start and watched it again to see what I missed. Because there are so many shots where you want to pause it and look.
Here's the thing, I wouldn't rewatch the whole episode. I'd maybe watch, like, the fight with Peridot, Lapis, and the fusions, and maybe the ending with the song.
Yes, I love watching the song. The song
but
was so good.
I wouldn't rewatch the whole episode, whereas the wedding... the wedding, that's why the wedding is better, is I could rewatch it and there's not a single moment where I'm bored. And while the climax was interesting, it's not something I'd need to rewatch. It's only exciting because it's new, and it's not something where I'd say, oh yeah, I need to see
Oh
this
yeah,
again.
we finally got the answer to what happens if you pull Steven's gem out. Although I'm pretty sure if he hadn't managed to reunite with it, he would have died, which a lot of people theorized if you pull it out, he'd just die.
I guess, but
We almost got that in Three Gems and a Baby. Pearl was going to pull
I
it
get,
out.
but here's the thing. I mean, it's their show. They can make up what they want. But I would think, Steven's human side would take effect. Maybe that's why he feels weird. Is imagine if I would theorize that maybe if it's out for too long, he can't be put back, and he just becomes human. So he'll start quickly aging to where he should be, and then he's just human.
Maybe.
That's all I can say, and unless they ever prove me wrong, that's about the one I'm sticking with. I did like the very clever POV shot that took me seconds. Like, why is half the screen black?
Yeah,
And then
we
you
were
see,
seeing the point
and
of
then you
view
see
of
them
both Stevens.
That was so clever. It's like, oh, we're not just looking at Steven like normal. We're seeing Steven through Pink Steven, which, okay, seeing that pink one did make me think of one thing, because I have no context for this. I don't know the meaning of it, but obviously I've seen a thumbnail where like future Steven is fully pink.
Oh,
So
that.
I have no idea, but it's like, this just makes it more curious.
Oh, yeah, the whole Pink Steven thing.
Speaking of things I know that are coming, there's only one other thing I know that's coming. I know there is one fusion that does occur that I've definitely not seen yet, which obviously must happen in Fusion, or possibly the movie. And there's one, and I know the movie.
Can you describe what it looks like?
Oh, I'll tell you who it is. I know who it is.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure just from the appearance, I know who he's fused with. It's Steven and somebody else.
oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I only know I know three major things. I've seen the thumbnail with Steven's pink. I've seen him fused with someone, which could be the movie or it could be future. I don't know. And
Oh, I think I know the one.
and I know I have no context of who this is, but I've seen a pink person a lot everywhere, and I know they're in the movie. Don't know anything about them. I just know that's a pink character I haven't seen yet. But
Do they have a heart-shaped gem?
yes,
Yeah, we all know who that is.
I don't know anything about it. I don't know. I've just seen picture.
They released a trailer for the movie, and the trailer was literally just the heart-shaped gem spinning around.
Wonderful. So anyway, getting back on hand, have we missed anything? Peridot was amazing.
Probably
flying
missed
around.
a lot.
Lapis was cool. Bismuth got to do some cool stuff. There's lots of little moments in the action sequence, like when Steven is falling to catch the gems and he's like riding down on his shield.
Oh yeah, shield surfing.
But okay, between and I like
the joke when Connie's gonna use her sword and help, and then
they pull out a huge
Obsidian
sword.
makes their sword, and she's like, "Yeah, I'll let you handle this."
I was gonna say the who is it? Bismuth was falling and Peridot catches her right at the last second.
Yeah, good thing she's wearing her metal armor.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think, there was something on the tip of my tongue.
I love rewatching the song at the end, even though we can't hear dialogue in it. We can see what's happening. They take the bubbles, they use the fountain. Oh yeah, something I didn't touch on.
We got to have somebody who hasn't been seen in 3 seasons, Jasper.
Yes. Yeah, something I didn't mention back when we poofed Jasper, a nice moment when Amethyst picks up the gem and says, "Come here, sis."
Come here, sis.
And I loved that, and I forgot
Yeah.
to mention it. She calls her sis because they're both quartzes. They're supposed to be similar. And even though we can't hear anything during the song, if you try to read her lips when Amethyst
I was
goes to
watching
Jasper,
that,
it looks like she's saying, "Hey, sis."
Yeah, that was... I did
But
like that
yeah,
little
I love
moment.
how Jasper, she looks at Steven and she's like, "Oh, it's Rose, I'm gonna kill her." But
That's
then
the
she
thing.
sees Yellow Diamond looking at her.
That's the thing I keep thinking about Future and the movie is, okay, will we see, the off colors? Will we see Jasper? Will we see the diamonds again? I don't care if we don't see the diamonds again, but off colors, Jasper, and obviously we're going to see, I have a feeling Peridot will be more recurring because I haven't seen anything, but I think you've blatantly spoiled something about the opening theme of Future, so that tells me that Peridot might have some more prevalence.
Maybe.
But, again, is there anything else we're missing?
Yeah, something I didn't mention back in Familiar is when he's singing his song, there's a bit where he sweats, and then it brings a pebble to life, which kind of explains why Blue and Yellow were in a sauna, is their sweat is what creates life. And that's why he had them all sit in the fountain like a bath, is that it was their sweat and all that was healing the corrupted gems.
I guess, look, as we've clearly established, it all depends on where liquid pours out of your body as to what power you have. Can you bring people back from the dead? Can you heal people? Can you bring new life? So, just pick an orifice and a type of liquid you can excrete, and if you've got diamond powers, you can do it.
Yeah, so I guess just the fountain water with them sitting in it was enough to heal the corrupted gems, so they didn't have to touch them one by one. Oh, I liked when Amethyst threw the chips and Centipedal went in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because Centi was like the main corrupted gem that we've seen the most.
That's true. That was the very first episode.
She was the one who told us a bit about the diamond attack, like when she was drawing pictures.
Speaking of which, yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
But speaking of things going way, way, way back, I like how, and I never really captured this at the time because we weren't really paying attention back then, but the whole thing in the second episode about Greg's catchphrase, I love how way back in episode 2, his catchphrase is basically the summation of the theme of the entire show.
Yeah, and it comes back
and it was
back
under our
and he
nose the whole time.
explains. Yeah.
That was great.
That was amazing. I
What a
feel like
callback.
we're missing so much.
But I like rollbacks to something way back because, again, it doesn't just take us back to the start of the show. For us, it's 6 months of our lives.
Yeah.
It's taking us back that far.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention Connie got her own sword.
Oh, yeah, she got to, and it did decent, I mean, not huge damage, but it was able to do something.
Well, it was made by Bismuth, so yeah.
I mean,
Which is really fitting because Bismuth made her first one because she made it for Rose.
But yeah, I think that's everything. We talked about the fusions, the fight scenes, the stupid climax, that was about it, and then the amazing ending. So I think I did find the climax to drag on a little too much, but it was all right, heavy-handed. But I'm still great. I'm thinking 9.5.
Yeah, I was going to say 9.5. I was almost going to go 10, but then I actually watched over it last night to see if I could pick out anything I need to remember, just in case I don't notice it watching it with you. And one thing when I was watching last night I noticed was that I was not looking forward to the bit when they're talking to White because...
That's what I said.
Yeah, like you
on.
said, once you've seen it...
It's not that special.
It's not that great for rewatching.
That's the thing. It was like, it's not... even in the moment, it wasn't exciting. It was more just, I'm watching because I was like, what the hell's going on? But
yeah, so I'm not going to call it perfect.
I think...
But it was so good.
I might be wrong in saying this, but I think for me, not counting Onion, I think The Wedding is the only episode I've given a 10 to.
Yeah, I think so.
I think you gave a 10 to the season
Jailbreak?
1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that from your perspective, this is still the best finale. And although I didn't care for it, I'm still going to I will agree. I think I will put this as the best finale.
Yeah.
Above Jailbreak. But all as a best episode, The Wedding still holds first place.
Yeah, The Wedding was so good.
With that, we have finished 5 whole seasons of this show.
Oh my god, this was amazing.
I can't believe how far we've come.
Yeah.
We will obviously do the movie next. And yeah, obviously, like I said, I know 2 things about the movie. I know the pink thing is in there, and I know there's a time skip, as we said. So there's going to be a lot to unpack in the first so minutes.
Yeah.
But we'll worry about that when we get to it. And then after that, we've got Future, and that's it. We are going to be done. We are so close to being done, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't believe how far we've
This
gone.
episode, I feel like as soon as we stop recording, we're going to remember stuff to talk about.
Not as much as a wedding. The wedding, I was like, oh, look at this cool little moment here and here and here.
Yeah, because all the townspeople got their moments. This one was more about the diamonds.
Yeah, the townspeople didn't get,
First
except for maybe Sadie and Lars, no other townsfolk got any moments, not even, like, in the background.
Oh, I liked that Petey was talking to Pad Paracha.
There's a new ship that
Oh
nobody
my
thought
God.
would happen.
Oh my god. How? How do you even... I don't know.
People
Pad
ship
Paracha's
anything.
just...
I don't know, find 2 cute characters and then ship them.
Yeah,
That's what people do.
she's cute, but how do you have a relationship with her? She just... I don't know.
There's a lot of people out there who have relationships.
Yeah, whatever. And then Ronaldo was talking to Lars, admiring his pirate outfit.
Of course.
Yeah.
But, okay, enough of us saying, have we got everything? Are we really going to be done?
I don't know. I mean, we didn't talk much about the beginning. First we had to convince Blue, then we convinced Yellow.
Oh, that's true, we had like a whole diamond fight on the bridge!
Yeah, we had a big diamond fight.
We had a diamond fight, and yeah, because at first when White attacked them, I thought, oh, are we going to see if you can possibly poof a diamond? But
no, they just got mind controlled.
Yeah, but we had the diamond fight, and then he fell off the cliff. We got Connie, but that's about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, something we didn't mention is how they got dressed in front of each other
Ah,
at the
yes.
start.
Well, as we said, they've seen each other naked. Maybe they only changed into their underwear.
Yeah, they probably turned around or something.
Sure.
And then we said goodbye to the Pebbles, because they got to stay in Pink's
And
room,
as we said in a couple of episodes ago before the big festival, they did sleep together.
Yes.
They didn't do anything. Pearl was watching guard.
Yeah, I know. Pearl likes to watch him sleep, remember?
But they're getting older in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the future other than an episode where he's in hospital and he's pink.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. I just seen a
Yeah, I know.
stupid screenshot.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It happens.
Anyway,
And then during the diamond fight, what Yellow explained, the reason they took so long to reform is they took a direct hit from her, which also explains why we had to wait a while for Lapis and Peridot.
yeah, of course. The only other thing I thought was going to happen at first, and I thought it would have been cheesy, but I also was worried they were going to do it, is when, like, they're standing on hands and Yellow and Blue are about to stand up to White, and, like, she's stuttering and she's like, we, and she can't figure out. I was worried she was going to burst out and say, we are the Crystal Gems.
Oh my god.
I thought that. I was like, don't do it. And they didn't. It's okay. But I don't know why that crossed my mind.
Probably because of all the times we start an episode and then I pause it for a second,
And it's
so
like,
the intro
"We."
goes "we" and then I pause.
All right. This is just going to keep going on longer. You're the poor person who has to edit this and then the movie.
Oh my god.
Look, well, in that case, shall we just get this over with and get to the movie?
I'm sure we're forgetting something, but I guess we'll end this one.
We'll see you next time for the movie and other things as well.
See you next time, guys.